Hello everyone, welcome to another video, this time about the topic of relationships. درود بر همگی، خوش اومدین به یک ویدیوی دیگه. امروز با تاپیک روابط یا relationships. خیلی مثل ویدیوی قبلی قرار نیست فقط کلمه یاد بگیریم، بیشتر قراره بحث کنیم، بیشتر قراره سوال بخونیم و جواب بدیم و ایده بدیم. در طی این ایده پردازی ها یه سری کلمات جدیدم میاد و میگیم با هم دیگه. خب اول میگیم who's who, introduction. Okay, this is the main agenda, not important. Let's get to know each other. This is for the session. این برای شروع جلسه است، جلسه آنلاین. اما میرسیم به اولین سوال. What is a relationship? یک رابطه چیه؟ رابطه رو چجوری تعریف میکنه؟ Well, a relationship is basically the connection you have with another person. It can be as a friend, it can be as a colleague, it can be as a partner, it can be as family. So all of these are called relationships. یک رابطه ارتباطی که شما با یک شخص دیگه دارین. حالا میتونه همکار باشه، دوست باشه، خانواده باشه، همسر باشه، پارتنر باشه، هرچی. بریم تعریف کمبریج رو از relationship ببینیم. The way in which two or more people feel and behave towards each other. خب اون رفتیم یه صحنه تو خود کمبریج. And behave towards each other. He has a very good relationship with his uncle. این تقریبا گفته اون مدلی که مردم با هم دیگه رفتار میکنن، یعنی همون رابطهشون، مثلا رابطهشون خوبه، رابطهشون بده، رابطهشون صمیمیه، رابطهشون صمیمی نیست. اونه تعریف اولیش. و بعدیش a close romantic friendship between two people, often a sexual one. و تعریف دیگهش همون رابطه‌ای که ما میشناسیم، رابطه‌ای که دو تا پارتنر با هم دیگه دارن. دو تا پارتنر، نه پارتنر هرچی، مثلا نه پارتنر اسپیکینگ زبان، نه دو تا پارتنر زندگی. و خب it's usually a sexual one. Have you had any serious relationships in the past year? آیا رابطه جدی در سال گذشته داشتی؟ خب تا اینجا تعریف relationship رو با هم دیگه دیدیم. حالا بریم different types of relationships plus the roles in our lives. بریم سراغ مدل های مختلف رابطه در زندگیمون و نقشی که در زندگی ما دارن. Have you ever considered how relationships shape our identities and our view of the world? تا حالا فکر کردین که روابط چجوری هویت ما رو شکل میدن و همینطور دیدگاه ما نسبت به جهان؟ Well, to answer this question, as it is a challenging one, I can say that there's a famous saying that says you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. So, این چیزی که گفتم همونیه که میگن شما میانگین 5 نفری هستین که بیشترین زمان رو باهاشون میگذرونین. مثلا پدر، مادر، برادرتون، مثلا یکی از دوستای صمیمیتون و مثلا همکارتون. شما میانگین این 5 تا آدم میشین. So, relationships play a very, very important role in our identities. Relationships completely shape and change our identities. So they're important. روابط کاملا تأثیر مستقیم و به سزایی توی شکل دادن و تغییر دادن هویت ما دارن. هویت، شخصیت، ویژگی رفتاری، تفکر ما، دیدگاه ما، همه اینا رو تحت شعاع قرار میدن. So relationships are important. Communication in relationships. ارتباط برقرار کردن در رابطه ها. How does effective communication contribute to the success of relationship? اینجا داره میپرسه چطور به طور مؤثر ارتباط برقرار کردن میتونه به موفقیت یک رابطه کمک کنه. Well, the answer is enormously. Effective communication is everything when it comes to the success of a relationship. You have to communicate openly. You have to tell each other the deepest thoughts that you have in your mind to be able to find the true path, to find if you're the right person for the other one or you two are meant for each other. You see, communication is key when you want to succeed in a relationship. So communicate freely, openly and honestly. ارتباط برقرار کردن توی روابط خب خیلی مهمه. باید به صورت فری باشه، یعنی آزادانه همه چیزو به هم دیگه بگید. اوپن باشه، مثل همون آزادانه است، و آنست باشه، حقیقت داشته باشه، راستشو. That's how important communication in relationships is, in my opinion. Can you share an experience where misunderstanding was resolved through communication? Well, I'm sure we've all had such experiences. I'm not, I don't remember any certain situation right now at the moment, but I'm sure if I think about it, I will remember one occasion at least. Like, we've had several occasions. Let's go to the next question. What communication skills do you think are most important in maintaining a healthy relationship? Well, like communication skills, I'm not so sure about communication skills, but one thing that is the most important when it comes to communication is honesty. صداقت مهمترین چیزه وقتی به ارتباط برقرار کردن میرسه. تو حرفها، تو رفتار، تو گفتار، تو همه چی honesty is the best policy, and honesty is the most crucial factor in a relationship. حالا برای اسکیل مثلا یکیش میتونه calm و peaceful بودن باشه. When you want to communicate with someone, you should be calm, you should be peaceful, you should talk, in a low voice. You shouldn't shout. If you shout, you will come off as the bad person and you will always be blamed for everything. But if you're calm, you can say what you want, you can tell them what you mean, and you're not gonna always be blamed for shouting and making a fuss out of everything. No, you can talk logically, reasonably, and provide your argument. So that's a very important communication skill in my opinion, being calm. Okay, interesting part of the discussion. If you've come so far, please like the video and also subscribe the channel so you don't lose me. بچه اگه تا اینجا اومدین لطفاً لایک رو بزنین و چنل رو سابسکرایب کنین که ویدیوهای آینده رو هم با هم باشیم. خب، قسمت جالب ماجرا. Boundaries in relationships. حد و مرزها در روابط. First question. Why are boundaries necessary in any relationship? چرا حد و مرزها در هر رابطه‌ای واجبن؟ Well, I think it's a given. I think it's obvious why boundaries are necessary in any relationship. If you don't have boundaries, where is your relationship going? Like, what are you doing with that relationship? Why are you even in that relationship? If you don't want any boundaries, if you want to be free, okay, don't be in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it demands boundaries for it to work. Your partner demands boundaries, you demand boundaries. So boundaries are needed. Totally essential. Number 2, how do you establish and maintain boundaries with others? Well, I think it comes from deep down your heart. You should want to have a boundary. You should want to maintain boundaries. Force does not play effective here. میدونین برای اینکه حد و مرز داشته باشین باید خودتون بخواین. خب این که میگه how do you establish and maintain boundaries، این هاوش خیلی مسئله‌ای نداره. هاو رو همه بلدن چه جوری حد و مرز رو نگه دارن. همه بلدن موقعی که دارن با یکی دیگه حرف میزنن چه چیزی بگن چه چیزی نگن تا حد و مرزها رعایت بشه یا نشه. همه بلدن چه موقع با چه کسی چت بکنن یا نکنن که حد و مرزها رعایت بشه یا نشه. اما اینکه بکنن یا نکنن it depends on what they truly want. بستگی داره به اینکه واقعا چی میخوان. Last question. Can you give an example of a time when a boundary improved a personal or professional relationship? Well, I cannot give examples right now. I'm not in a situation where I remember everything. الان یادم نمیاد واقعا. Okay. Next set of questions. Social dynamics in relationships. How do social roles and expectations affect our relationships? نقش‌های اجتماعی و توقعات یا انتظارات چجوری رابطه‌های ما رو تحت تاثیر قرار میدن؟ Well, they affect our relationships greatly. به صورت زیاد رابطه‌های ما رو تحت تاثیر قرار میدن. For example, in some society, a man might be expected to pay for the first date or for the dates or things like that. Well, in that situation, men will feel obligated to do that. And women will feel that it's their right that the man pays for the date. So that's how it affects the relationship. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying how it affects our relationships. Or, for example, in another society, a woman might be expected to provide care and support and emotional, support for the man. So the women might be feeling obligated to do so, and men will feel that they have the right to ask their woman for such things. So that's how expectations affect our relationships. In what ways do peer pressure influence our relationship choices? به چه صورتی فشار هم نوعان، فشار همسنهای خودمون انتخابای ما در روابطمون رو تحت تاثیر قرار میده؟ Well, I think in many ways. For example, one of them is whether you choose someone as a partner or not. For example, imagine you're a teenager. All your teenage friends have teenage girlfriends. Well, you are expected to have a teenage girlfriend as well. And even if you don't really want to be in a relationship, again, peer pressure will not allow you to do that freely. You will always either be feeling sad because you don't have someone like your peers do, or you will find someone even though you don't like to be them, but you stay with them because you don't want the peer pressure. You want to show that, okay, I'm like you as well. I have a girlfriend as well. خلاصه که peer pressure اینجوریه. خیلی چیز مزخرفیه. And last question, what impact does social status have on personal relationships? Great impact. میگه چه تأثیری جایگاه اجتماعی بر روابط شخصی دارن؟ Well, look, if you have a high personal status and a professional profile, you will not accept any relationship. You will not accept to go into any relationship. You will not accept any person as your friend or as your partner or as your companion. So, personal status, social status plays a great role and a very powerful impact on whether you go into a relationship or not. After, some people might even remove some of their relationships, like let them go as their social status goes up. And it's something that we can see in our society. When someone gets a better job, gets a better, position or anything, becomes richer, they might leave a lot of friends, family or partners behind. So that's a sad thing but true. خب بریم سراغ سوال بعدی راجع به تکنولوژی خیلی چیز خاصی نداره. بریم سراغ آخرین بحثمون، joys versus challenges. In what ways do our relationships define us? Well, is that really a question about joys versus challenges? I think this on its own is a question. خب اگه بخوایم سوال اینجوری بپرسیم، اگه سوال بخوایم راجع به این تاپیک بپرسیم، من میگم do you think the joys outweigh the challenges or do you think the advantages of a relationship outweigh the disadvantages? فکر میکنین آیا نکات مثبتش، آیا خوبیاش بهتر از بدیاشه یا بدیاش بهتر از خوبیاشه؟ To give my own personal opinion, I think the challenges are many more than the joys. You see, you're always struggling because someone is always expecting, even if you find the best partner in the world. In the past, I would say that, if you find the best person, it might be good for you and it might be the right choice for you, but I would still avoid a relationship, even with the best person. But now I'm realizing that it's almost impossible to find a good person. Like, it's almost impossible to find a person suited for you in this society. It's really hard. Even if it's possible, it's really hard. And it's it's almost impossible. So yeah, the joys are pretty obvious. The joys are that you always have support, you always have someone to be with. You don't get bored much, whenever you get bored, you text them and you talk. So these are the joys, but the challenges go into economical challenges, emotional challenges, social challenges. You've got many categories of challenges when it comes to relationships. So I don't think so. You know, in my opinion, avoid it. و that's it. خسته نباشین. مرسی که تا اینجا اومدین. لطفا لایک رو بزنین، سابسکرایب کنین، ویدیوی بعدی رو با هم باشین. اگر فایل رو میخواین یا اگر سوالی دارین میتونین به من توی تلگرام و واتساپ پیام بدین. Have a good day.